So this one is describe a time when you let someone down.
Ooh.
This is where things will start getting deep, and man, don't want to really tell you my private life. Nah, joking.
Wow.
Have you got a time? Because you slightly seen your card earlier, so you've had some time.
These are not
I have had time
icebreakers.
to think about it.
Trust.
These are not icebreakers. What?
Trying to think like.
When have I let someone down? No, I'm not even being arrogant, but I don't feel like I really let people down. Yeah. I'd like to think people will vouch for me when I'm there. Do you know what I mean? Spiritually, mentally, physically.
When have I let someone down? I've definitely let someone down.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. I'm great, but I'm not perfect. Do you know?
Yeah,
what I
I've definitely probably let a few people. The man then would say I'm saying disclaimer to my missus on this before I say this story, by the way. The man then would say I've let them down when we were probably like 18 or something like that. This story, they tell me this story all the time, but they basically said that I drove somewhere to link someone instead of coming to meet them and pick them up or do something with them. Because I said this is how they tell me the story. They tell me that I said that they were too far away, and then I ended up driving to somewhere like Portsmouth. That's so they'll say I let them down in that sense.
It's a journey.
So,
yes.
Can you confirm or deny whether you actually let them down?
I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't have said I let them down.
Full story.
I wouldn't have said I personally let them down.
Do you understand where they're coming from?
Yeah, kind of, but I wouldn't have said I let them down because I don't recall this all happening. But they say it happens. But that's just a funny time when I'd say I'd let someone down. That's what they always say. Oh, you let us down. Da, 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 da. But in terms of letting someone down, I probably let people down. Probably let people down. I probably let my missus down or let someone down in the relationship. Definitely in terms of probably saying something I was going to do.
Yeah,
and haven't
that would have been mine.
Yeah, and haven't probably come through with what I said I was gonna do in terms of I don't mean to do it, but saying okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, or we're gonna go here, we're gonna go there, and I haven't gone through with it, or I've let her down just in those senses. But I wouldn't say I've let her down in anything that could, not anything so serious. It's just been a case of just we were meant to do this. And I've maybe forgotten we were meant to do it. So I feel like she's been let down in that situation. Yeah. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, that's probably what I can just say. Maybe ex-relationships, just being a bit more attentive in certain situations. So I won't necessarily say major letdown in certain aspects. Because I feel like I've got...
Here's what I found.
Oh... Sorry, don't know where that come from. Start exposing me, but I feel like I've got a fairly good memory with a lot of stuff, or I can somewhat multitask. So just say ex relationships. If they feel like I'm not listening, I'll be like, I'm actually listening, even if I'm watching something or doing something. But then there'll be the odd time. Just generally, I think it can happen to anyone. Just letting things slip in it, and just not being. Yeah, I'd say more so in that letdown realm. It's just being more attentive in certain situations or being emotionally attached to a situation. Because I can think something will be not that deep as per.
Right.
And say a partner or whatever, or whoever actually could just feel like, no, it is, innit? So it's just, I feel like over the years, I'm much more attentive now. But I'd say back in the day more so... understanding why someone's feeling that way about a certain thing, and somewhat not disregarding how their thought process on it or and stuff. Because I'll be like, even if I feel like I'm right, and majority of the time I am. I've said that before. No, I'm joking, but no, I'm not joking. But just being back in the day, probably I'd say let people down in that aspect of being more attentive.
Right.
Where I was being less attentive then in it compared to now in it. So. But it's part and parcel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms of like the development of yourself and understanding others and the growth as well, innit? So
I'll be honest. To be great, to be successful in anything, I think you gotta let a lot of people down.
that's a different ball game.
Yeah,
Yeah, but actually, no, it relates.
That's what I feel like in terms of the success of our careers, or the success of what we want to do as people. I feel like I've let a lot of people down on the way. In terms of, I've said, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and really and truly, I've told you I'm gonna come, told you I'm gonna be here, and I can't be here because I'm more focused on my drive to be successful. So when I put it in that aspect, I probably let loads of people down along the way.
I feel like with that, that's kind of a general thing.
I understand. And I'm not, I would like to say sorry for it, but I can't be sorry for it, because at the end of the day, it's your life, my life. You get what I mean? And I'm trying to get somewhere and be successful. So I feel like in terms of my career, I've definitely let a lot of people down, just in terms of, I've told you I'm going to be somewhere. I told you I'm going to be able to do this. And really and truly, because selfishly, to be successful and to try and be as great as I possibly can be, I've taken the road that I feel like was going to help me more, which is the only road you can possibly take as a person anyway. So I feel like in that aspect, I've probably let a lot of people down. But I feel like to be someone and to be successful, I feel like you need to.
But that goes to where I feel like on the opposite side of the coin is where I feel people shouldn't take stuff like that personal as well. Because when you not see the end goal, but you see the progression and whatever, or you see positive outcomes out of something, you'll be like, okay, cool. That's why this person wasn't able to be there, for instance, etc. So, like, I genuinely get your point on that, but that's where I feel like people should somewhat be more. I think as I've grown older, and that I never really take things personal in general. I think I've always been like that. And bro, everyone goes through their own stuff, innit? So it's just be like, okay, cool. If they can make it up to me in this type of way, or next time, I'm like, all right, cool. Whereas if it's something that's gonna be somewhat recurring, then I'll be like, all right, like, why is it like this? Do you know what I mean? I might want slight more explanation in it. So
no, I understand, but I've definitely missed a lot of important days, a lot of important things, a lot of things that I probably should have been at for my own success.
No, and that's fine.
And you know, I can't say I'm sorry for it, but that's probably where I'd say I've let a lot of people down. And you know, I feel like everyone in their own right should let people down in that way if you're trying to get somewhere.
Please, by the way, anyone that watches this, that you know me personally, if you feel I let you down, I actually want you to tell me, so I can actually think as to when or why, etc.
Send the receipts.
Generally,
No, it's true.
with me, like, not even again to blow my own trumpet, but I feel I'm the opposite end of the scale. I've overdone for people. Like, I've over been there for people and stuff like that. And even one of my sisters said it to me a couple of years ago. She's like, actually take time for yourself, innit? And look, and I feel like I was like, all right, let me actually take that on, in the sense that not that I've hindered myself in any aspects, but it's like, because I've overdone or overbeen there for people in that aspect.
Take advantage?
Yeah, not even a take advantage thing. You become accustomed to certain things, innit? So you'll kind of expect that. Whereas that's me actually going the extra mile, innit? And then it's then giving me less of a chance to focus on myself to improve in certain areas, innit? So
I agree. Especially when you go above and beyond for for someone, and you know when they don't do it back for you, you kind of take it.
Yeah, no, my thing is even not even, because I know, like, say majority of my people, they're grateful, innit? You get me? So I'd never think, I'm doing something to expect something.
Of course not.
Yeah,
of course
I'm
that's
not a give
not.
and take person.
Yeah,
like that,
it's just, but
that's how life works as well sometimes.
It's true. It is true. But it's like you said, when you do go the extra mile for someone, and then obviously when you are in a situation and they don't go the extra mile for you, even though you shouldn't expect them to go the extra mile for you, you can kind of, it's weird, man. It's like,
It would be nice if they did.
yes, but you can't expect anything from anyone.
Yeah, because again, that goes back to the point, if the time you might want something, that might be the time someone might be going through hell, for instance, or have a lot on their plate, etc., but might not know how to communicate something to you. That's why, again, I've said it before, communication is so key, bruv.
Yeah.
Most important
so
thing.
key in any aspects, for something so small, something so big. Like, That's why even sometimes in the chat, I might come across annoying to you guys, but I'll be like, that's just the way I am, innit? Like, I would like to put like every little detail or something as to why. And I know not everyone's like me in general,
Yeah.
innit? Like, in that sense. So I'll just be like,
I think I'm the opposite to you. in that
pre-warning.
sense.
Oh, that I know that.
Yeah.
Known that for 25 years, mate. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's true though.
But yeah, that's just the way it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles.